What is one profession that you have absolutely zero respect for? People that create artificial scarcity. De Beers is a good case study in this, with diamonds. They created serious market demand through wildly successful advertising and control much of the world's diamond supply. Charmy and those recruitment people for fake talent agencies. They do these whole presentations, often in person, to get new actors and models to sign up at the end with an initiation fee sometimes in the thousands. A lot of the people being scammed don't know the company is a scam until afterwards when they look them up on Yelp or the BBB. The recruiter usually seems legit. I don't know how they sleep at night knowing that's how they make the entirety of their income. I almost got scammed into one of those as a 14-year-old. My best friend and I begged our parents to take us to a modeling agency recruitment event. Of course we were both accepted, but then they had to speak with our parents to get the money. My parents saw right through it. They didn't explain right away why they were saying no, and I was so angry and said terrible things to them on the way home. Later they explained that they thought it was suspicious, and that if they wanted my talent they should be offering me a contract and money, not the other way around. My friend's parents did fall for it, and it turned out to be pretty much just what they used to call finishing school. It was basically classes on society, social etiquette, and other bullshit. Stuff like don't put your dirty napkin on your plate and proper table settings and what utensil is for what. It was Barbizon. When I think of 14-year-olds and modeling agencies, I totally think of something completely worse actually. Yeah, I wouldn't want any of my kids to be a model, but if they tried and the worst that came from it was learning which fork to use at fancy dinners, that'd be a relief. My old roommate did this for a short while. They would go to a mall as a talent agency and film a short video of people for free, then call them and say they really want to represent them, only they need to take XYZ course to get jobs. They weren't a talent agency. They were just selling these useless courses to gullible teens. Nobody ever got a job through them. He quit after a month because he couldn't handle the guilt. Bro, I could barely handle working at a Wells Fargo call center back in 2012. They hounded you to try selling anything and everything to every person you talked to. Customer has $3.27 in their account and has overdrawn 15 times in the last 2 months. Better try getting them to sign up for another checking account, which usually had monthly fees, and also get them to apply for a credit card for overdraft protection. Supervisors didn't care. You were expected to pitch something to every customer you talked to. I hated myself every minute I worked there. I can imagine what your buddy felt like because that sounds just as bad. When I worked at the Guitar Center, I had to pitch the following to every customer one after another, no exceptions. Pitch the credit card, if no, pitch the layaway, if no, pitch trading the gear they own. No matter what they buy, pitch the pro coverage warranty, don't forget to pitch the string club, don't forget to pitch the lessons. Do not fail to mention that we offer rentals. Do not fail to get their phone number, email, and address before they leave. Assure them that we will not call them. Don't forget to call them and pitch the upcoming sale. I worked in the branch. Exactly what you said, but I looked into their eyes. I got recruited by one of these places and made a visit knowing it was a scam. I thought I'd get some funny stories to tell my friends. But it was mostly just sad. The waiting room was full of people primping and preparing lines. They really thought they had a chance at stardom. And there was no amusing hard sell either. Possibly the interviewer picked up on my lack of real interest. Anyone in health insurance that denies patients access to seek care or receive treatment. How can you tell a doctor no, this person does not need life-saving medication tests? Some local influencer took a video of me walking my dog yesterday by the beach and posted it on her Insta. I looked through the hundreds of comments last night when someone sent me the thing. Many of the comments are vulgar. I think it's a bad move to film someone without their consent for clout. You can get Instagram to actually remove it, because if they aren't removing hateful comments and the post itself encourages harassment, that is against their community. I love how newer direct sales business associates will quickly tell you it's not a pyramid scheme. I like to tell them, it's just pyramid shaped, eh? I lost my wife to one. She refused to believe it was a pyramid scheme. Like only 50 people out of the 200K involved made any real money. How is that not a pyramid scheme? I have a sticky post on my profile about my experience. 20 years ago, I got towed. I have never seen bulletproof glass as thick as what they had, between the person holding my car hostage and myself. I cannot imagine dealing with that all day. Like, how soulless do you have to be willing to deal with enraged, desperate people all day? Like, if people have meltdowns over how toasted their bun is, What do they do when you steal their car? Years and years ago I had my car towed. I went down to the tow truck company to get my car. I was very nice the whole time I was in there. I was told I needed to show my registration. I told them that it was in my car. They would not let me get it. I had to go to a tag agency to get a copy made of my registration. That took another day. And they charged me for that day of storage. F scum. Not really a specific profession, but people in higher political power who would rather hire family members and close friends with no experience or qualifications than over actual people who are qualified and have experience. That's why nothing gets done in my small community. This is called nepotism. And I agree with you. Absolutely no way to get anything done. Supreme executive powers derives from a mandate of the masses, not some farcical familial ceremony. Self-help gurus just MFS that start cults. People who code malware. 100% agree. Super smart people, except they program to steal passwords and bank account info. Get that piece of hair off my screen. I literally wiped my screen 3 times trying to remove it. As a cybersecurity major, there are 2 sides to this. People that code malware actively seeking to be a shitty person, and people that code malware and hack things to find the vulnerabilities and report them to someone can patch it. The latter is actually a huge industry that can get you paid very well if you do it above board. Towing companies, it's a service that is necessary, but their practices are predatory and unethical. They prey on people who've just been in car accidents and rack up thousands from people down on their luck.
Consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video and if you want to see more of Reddit Universe.